Cold beer here. Welcome back, everybody. Here for another show. Going to talk about beer and some other stuff. You know how it goes. Hey, Tilly, what's happening, man?
Hey, long time no see. We've had kind of a little bit of a break. We had some backstocked episodes, so I went off of those for about a week longer than we normally would record. I had a lot of family in town, so it was very hectic. So it's
That's the way it goes, man.
nice to have a little peace and quiet after about a
What,
week and a half.
what do they think we're out here with our full-time podcast jobs?
I
People
wish
got
maybe
lives.
someday. But how are you doing?
I'm hanging in
In the
there.
meantime,
Hanging in there. Yeah. We're got got some things going on. We got some trips coming up, and just two dogs, two kids. The grind, baby.
full time.
That's about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a trip coming up in actually next Wednesday, going to Colorado. So I'm gonna be out there for about a week and a half.
Cool.
Should be fun.
Yeah, we head out there for CBC in September.
Nice. Yep.
We
So I think we're gonna get this beer tasting started. We're drinking another Bake Hannon beer. It's
all right.
Jerry. It's the blackberry sour. It's really tasty. And the camera's actually not too bad today as far as like getting washed out by the light. Usually it can't even see the can. But I picked up a 4-pack of this from Gator Beverage in Gainesville. So y'all Gainesville residents will know exactly where that is. So go pick some up. I'd also picked up some other stuff, but I checked when I was up there
Awesome.
and they didn't have any other ones. So just keep checking.
Have you had any of them other than this one?
I had Kane, Xander.
Oh no, I mean, have you had the Jerry yet?
Yes, I had one the other night. Well, so anytime I pick up a new sour, I've got to crack it open, pour some, and let my wife taste it. And then after that, I get some of it, and she gets most of the new sours.
Yeah, I like Jerry. It's not too much with the lactose. A lot of times can get a bit out of control, but it's very well done and balanced. Nice little creamy layer, gives it a little more body than normal for 5.5%. And medium tart. Blackberry is really, really profound, but not overly sweet. And
It's one of the things I think I like the most about blackberry when it comes to being in sours, and it's just what you're saying is, obviously any fruit's going to have some sweetness to it, but it's got a real good tart. And one of the things think it's like trending, a lot of sours that I have nowadays are just have too much sweetness.
yeah,
And it's a little bit annoying because I'm drinking it for the sour. It's kind of like lemonade can be sweet, but the tart overwhelms it. But a lot of sours I've had nowadays don't seem to be allowing any tartness to overwhelm the like the
well,
sweetness that's inherent in the style.
the tail's wagging the dog, man. There's
Mhm.
people want diabetes in a cup. Like people drink soda in this country like it's freaking going out of style, and so all of a sudden, beer has gotten to a point where you got 9,000 some breweries, and some aren't really that good, to be honest, and the brewers aren't that talented. But you can make a super crazy ass beer by putting a shit ton of fruit in it, or Gatorade, which people do obviously, but like juice.
Mhm.
We had a brewer one time at a festival that came over to us. This shit looked like it was like neon green, and he was like, it was his beer, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, you gotta try this. I just put fruit juice in it." Like he was like proud of it, and I was just like, Joe. It was Joe and I, and we were just like,
Okay,
"Holy shit!"
good
All
job.
right. I mean, because if I'm thirsty and I want some Kool-Aid, I can do that. But yeah, I think that there's and that's too bad, because there are a lot of really good fruited sours. There's a lot of really good tarts out there. Some that are really big too. Obviously, traditional lambics are incredible, and New Glarus has been making tarts for decades that
Mhm.
are big fruit, and so well done. And so
Yeah,
yeah, it's nice to find the balance. And there's a lot of places doing it well too, obviously. But
yeah.
you never right now, when you go to the store to buy craft beer and you're looking for fruited sour, you really never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it could be anything.
If you haven't tried it and you're guessing, because I like to do that. I just like to buy stuff I haven't had.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, you never know.
Sometimes I go, I really wish I had gone to the cooler where they have the singles and just picked up one of those, or just bought a single in the case of places that'll let you just crack one off of the pack and just take a single one. But sometimes as an adventurous beer drinker, sometimes you end up drinking multiple of something that you normally wouldn't if you were at a bar or a brewery or wherever. But the nice thing, I was gonna comment, you mentioned it. A lot of times when you get just kind of light ABV sours, or even just light beers in general, they don't have a lot of body to them. This one definitely has like kind of like a creamy, I would say like a smoothie, kind of like like when you reach that perfect, like in my opinion, temperature where the smoothie's melted just enough and you're just getting like it's kind of like the ice is well into it, and you reach like the perfect consistency. It kind of tastes like a smoothie to me.
Yeah. That, at 5.5%, because we enjoy the sours to be sessionable.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we're going to play with the trends too, and add some lactose, because we did it on another beer. We did it on a smash beer where we messed with the lactose by adding some, but didn't put that much in, and just kind of wanted to see what it would do if we even noticed it or anything. Yeah. And it added like a really neat sort of layer to the beer and the body. And so when you drink that, I think right off the top, you might think, I would anyway, I'd be like, this might be 7 or 8% alcohol, because, you're going to get that body. And instead it's not. I mean, it's not like it's not like there aren't additional calories in there with the lactose, but it's not a beer that's going to knock you out by having one or even two, alcohol wise. So that's nice. This is a one beer program. It's a great sipper. Obviously I've seen people in the brewery crush multiple, but to me, this is one of those, you're pouring a little bit of bourbon at night, and you're going to have a little bit, and it's going to quench your needs, and
it's going to hit that spot, that perfect little zone.
Yeah. If my wife was up, if she was up or not on the room, I would have shared some of this with her too, just because it's, I probably don't even need 16 ounces. I think some of these people out here, I don't know how many people are listen to this. I don't know how many people listen to this at all, but I don't know how many people listen are how they drink their beer. And I just had this conversation. I personally, truly think about drinking beer like I do wine. Like, I really don't think about it any different. I'm not ready ever to have 5 beers. I mean, honestly, I don't do that. And I usually feel shitty in the morning if I have more than 3 beers. And I don't. So, and I got an infant, a 6-year-old. So I don't want to do that.
You don't want to be there.
But like, that to me is, we have a beer on tap right now, a lemongrass blonde, that if it's a beer you're gonna maybe drink for the rest of the day, that's one. I mean, it really, it's so good, and it's 5%, and it's just clean. And you could, when you're halfway through, you look at the glass and you're like, oh God, I could drink a lot of that. But very rarely do I want to do that. And so I love drinking beers like this, just because I know I'm just gonna have one, and hopefully it's good. I got some weird stuff yesterday at the bottle shop I went to that I haven't had before.
Yeah.
I hope people drink like that. Like, you just buy stuff, go buy some singles. Yeah. Go grab 4 different singles and see what happens.
I do a lot of beer exploration, as I call it, from the shelves of whatever bottle shop I'm in, and just look for stuff I haven't had, and I'll walk out with a few different ones at least. And then I will always go and grab something like a 15 pack of all day. That way, like, drink one of the new ones, taste it, think about it, and then like sit at the TV and drink it all day and finish it out that way. But I I'm an explorer like yourself, so I constantly am trying new things. It's fun.
I think that's, when in this space at this point, it's a great time to be doing it. There's so many things to try and drink, and maybe in some cases you're just going to try one. In other cases, it's you're going to go get that Founders all day and settle on that for the rest of the night, and that's okay too. There's a lot of good. I mean, there's a lot of good session beers out there, and generally speaking, it's hard. It can be hard. It can be overwhelming buying craft beer now. So
yeah,
it is what it is. You can buy a Bay Can and always feel like you're gonna do okay.
Yeah, I haven't found a miss yet as far as the ones that I've been picking up in the stores. So you're distributing the good ones, so that's always good to see.
I literally just got I just got on. I was on the Big Three roll up call, and I got delivered 16 beers from CBV, and
nice.
They were a 4-pack of each of our beers that they did that we're gonna have to R&D. Just really want to try them and see what they're like and how they compare, especially Xander and Elias, because we have both of those available. We do have Amelia available too, actually, so that's nice.
I was talking about that with my brother-in-law. I was like, it's like the first area of concern, of course, and when you're producing something, to make sure that it kind of lines up. So
I mean, I'm like the main problem is it was UPS and it was 7 and it's June in Florida, and so those beers were warm, and I fucking ran them out to the fridge as fast as I could. We'll let them cool down and we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous for the hoppy beers, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to trying those. Obviously, after we had Aaron on, and those guys are ramping up sales for those beers.
Yeah, it was well timed to see that announcement on that. Y'all quote tweeted. It was good timing considering we just dropped that episode last week. Go check out that episode, by the way, if you're interested and you're intrigued by the idea of that community brewing ventures and getting to try some Bay Cannon beers if you live in one of those 12 states that they're going to. It'll be a good episode for you to listen to. Yeah, this is a very tasty beer. I'm glad we made it our taster for this evening. And
yep, Jerry.
This is Jerry. Hold on.
Old Jerry. Hey, big shout out to Jerry Spencer, one of my childhood friends, former college teammate. Been in a bunch of fights with him. Guy's an animal.
It's a beautiful can, though. You get the nice, purplish
blackberry tones. Tones.
It's a good can. It's good art style.
Yep. Anyway. Big shout out to Phil Butte, our taproom manager, who manages the updating of our can templates too. My wife passed that off, and Phil does an awesome job. Cool. It's it's not that hard. We just gotta go look at the list of names and pick a new one, and then Phil comes up with the color that looks good. And
yeah, I like them.
It works.
All right. Well, everyone go out there and try Jerry. It's real tasty, especially if you're a sour fan and you don't like overly super diabetes hit to your palate. You'll appreciate this one a lot. I do appreciate blackberry quite a bit, so it was a good one.
Yeah, go hunt and see if you can find some Jerry.
And if you're in Gainesville, go to Gator Beverage. They may have some still, or I may buy it before you get the chance to. You'll see.
Yep. If you're in Tampa or Carrollwood or Lutz area, I know they've got it at Quality Foods up on North Florida Avenue, just north of Bears. And I know that they have it at Jug and Bottle in Seminole Heights as well.
All right. Well, thanks for
Cheers.
tuning in. Cheers, and have a great evening.